What's up again, everybody? It's been a weekend. I have a new son. I'm really tired, but I'm gonna keep making videos because it's fun to me. It's a nice little outlet, and I hope that you enjoy them as well. Today we're gonna talk about these cards. One of them's already on the screen, and I forgot to turn it off so that I could start the video and then turn it on. But you know what? We're just gonna say forget it, screw it. It doesn't matter because I'm just gonna roll in one take. This is the first time. I have this list of cards. Someone asked at the end of the 4 classes of Monarch, someone asked if I could do a talent version of the top 7. So I picked 7 cards. I think these are the 7 best talent cards. That's light and shadow grouped together in one video. Because I think that this is the best way to do it, and that's what I'm going to do. So there you go. If you disagree with me, leave a comment down below, and I would love to read your comment and know how you think I should organize it. Maybe we'll do it that way too. I don't know. That's why I'm doing this video, because someone put it in a comment, and I'm a fan of that. So we're going to talk about the 7 best. It's just so funny to me. I already started with one of the cards freaking on the screen right here. Whoops. Oops. Forget it. I don't care. It's fine. Before we talk about the 7 best talent cards, I want to say, if you want to support the channel, you can hit the little subscribe button, and look, we're going to make that number go to that number. It's going to be exciting. You can become a patron. If you become a patron, you get access to all the decks that I'm working on. I just put together another Kasai warrior list, and it's pretty cool. I like that list. I like that way better than the list I did before. So you can support the channel that way by heading over to patreon.com and joining. I think there's a couple of slots left in the cheaper Patreon tier to see the deck list archive that you have. So if you want to hop on that, do it now. There's 4 spots left. Also, if you want to check out buying some single cards or buying some boxes, head down into the description below. If you buy through that affiliate link at Red Riot Games, for example, if you buy with that affiliate link, it will give me some money. So it's a way for you to say thank you for making this video and all the other videos by just buying some stuff you were already going to buy. So there you go. All right, enough of that. Let's talk about the card that's on the screen. This is the 7th best card in Monarch that is a talent card. Illuminate, Red Illuminate specifically. Red Illuminate has been making its way more and more into a lot of light lists that I've been seeing, and particularly I was surprised at first to see this in Prism, who I have in the background here. I'm just gonna slide that over there. Now it's more centered to the 2. I put this video behind me together just for this video, and I may have just, I don't know, maybe that's too much. That's too extra. I don't know. I just like it. I like when they both move like that. I think it's fun. Look at them just oscillating awkwardly. I don't know why they do that, but it looks cool. So I'm gonna do it too. We'll all do it together. Illuminate. Red Illuminate is really good in general, because you're playing this card, and for example, if you're playing this in Prism, your opponent is expecting Phantasm attacks, and perhaps you throw a Phantasm attack down, they pop it, you gain another resource point, or sorry, another action point off of boots or something like that, and you play Red Illuminate, and they just can't deal with it the same way. Oftentimes, if it hits, they'll let it hit. They'll just let it hit for 1, and it'll go into your soul, and you can take this out of your soul on your turn at the start of your next turn, pitching a yellow, making a spectral shield. The flexibility with that is just really good, particularly in Prism, because you're really trying to get your opponent to allow some cards in soul at times, so that you can, on a resource bear turn, pitch a single yellow card from your hand. Maybe you blocked with a couple prior, pitch a yellow card, make a spectral shield, giving anything that you have go again, and that's a powerful thing. So this has just become a really flexible card, one that I was not expecting, but honestly it's just pretty good. Attacks for 4, costs nothing, goes to your soul, feeds your soul. So that's the 7th best card. Now the 6th best card is something you think is better, and maybe I think is better, but I think it goes right here. It's Celestial Cataclysm. This card is really good, and so it makes the list, but it's not so crazy that it always goes off. Let's just put it that way. It pitches yellow, which is great for Prism. You could play this in Bolton as well. In fact, it's very easy to play. I don't say very. It's fairly easy to play as an attack in Bolton, because you charge your soul at, by playing a card and charging, whereas with Prism you charge your soul by getting something to hit. so it goes into your soul, and it's not even charging, it just goes into your soul. So getting 3 cards into your soul can be tricky in Prism. You still play it in Prism because it pitches yellow. It can be easy in Bolton, and you play it in Bolton because it attacks for 7 with Go Again. So all around it fits for both decks, for both heroes. Just about every deck that you put together that's a light, you probably fit this into for one reason or another. So that's why, to me, Celestial Cataclysm is the 6th best talent card. I will say it could be better if it's more played, like the card is actually physically played, because it's a fantastic effect. It's just that banish 3 cards from Soul can be a steep price to pay at times. The 5th best card is another light card. We've got 3 light cards in a row. Are there any shadow cards on the list? Yes. Spoiler alert. Yes, there are. This is the 5th best card because it goes into every light list as well. There's a few that it doesn't go into. Namely, like Bolton, when he doesn't want to block. Like Charge Bolton sometimes just doesn't play this because you don't want to pitch a card from your hand and play this, even if it's an arsenal. But every other like hero is totally good with this. Soul Shield pitches yellow, so if you want to, you can pitch yellow to do things with Prism. It defends very, very, very well, defending for 6 and going to your soul. It's just super added benefits. This goes into just about everything. If you wanted to make the argument that Celestial Cataclysm should be here and Soul Shield would be one lower, I'd buy that argument. They both seem very even keel to me, but I just put them in that order, namely because this one you could oftentimes just pitch and play more easily than having to have 3 cards in Banished to get rid of and then play Celestial Cataclysm. But this is a great card as well, and having a defense reaction for 6 is very strong, is very, very strong. So if you do end up playing it as a defense reaction, you're just like, hey, it's kind of like a Husk, except it's not. We'll talk about that later. Spoiler alert, that's on this list. Here we go with number 4. Number 4 is a shadow card. It's Howl from Beyond, particularly the red one. It blocks 2, that's not good. It costs 2, that's a little expensive, but what it does is fantastic. You can play it from your Banish Zone, and it gives +3 with Go Again. So why is this card higher than the ones we just talked about? Well, this is making its way into every shadow list. Sometimes it doesn't make it into Chain, but I've been seeing it played in Levia more than I expected, and it still does make its way into Chain from time to time, namely because it can just make an attack really strong. Also, you can play this and, like I said, make an attack really strong and then follow it up in Chain with Nebula Blade, which has become the choice weapon for Chain, no matter if you're playing Blitz or Classic Constructed. Nebula Blades basically become his weapon, even though Galaxy Black looks really cool. So because this is a non-attack action card that can be played from Banished, that can add attack, it fits in both. And I was surprised to see it played more and more in Levia, but it makes sense because you can play it from your Banished, get it out of there, not worry about the blood debt, and then also make one of your attacks stronger. I thought, man, why didn't I think of that? And this card has, I think, it's overperformed in a lot of ways, and it does beneficial things to both of the shadow classes, so it makes its way onto the list. Now we come to the 3 best cards. Ghostly Visit. Ghostly Visit. Is that what you thought? Did you think Ghostly Visit? Because that's the one, man. Ghostly Visit is really good. I've actually always liked this card, just because of it's a 1 attack for 4, can be played from Banished, and you can cycle it multiple times because you attack with it from your hand. It goes to graveyard. If you're playing Levia, you can banish it, play it from Banished, attack with it again, like from Banished, goes to your graveyard, banish it again, and you can cycle it multiple times. It seems like honestly a really, really good fit in Levia. It's one I didn't put in because it wasn't a 6, and I think I'm just wrong in doing that. I think this should just go into a Levia deck because it can provide recursion, and that deck could certainly use some recursion at times, particularly on like a resource bare hand, because sometimes it does cost a lot of resources to like jam this out there. But heck, if you do this with Howl from Beyond, you play them both from Banished, they come in for 7. Like, that's a really good turn, and all you do is pitch a blue from your hand. If both are in Banished, you're good. Like, that's really solid. And if you're playing this in Chain, it's like, well, duh, it's a 1 for 4. You make a Soul Shackle and then play this, and you give it Go Again. Yeah, I'll always take that. So it's a really good attack as well. It's cheap. It does what you want it to do. It attacks over that breakpoint of 4. Just fantastic. Here we go. Shadow Puppetry. This is the second best card. We've had a string of 3 shadow cards in a row after a string of 3 light cards in a row. Shadow Puppetry is good in both, and it's one that I didn't include in my Levia deck, and I'm changing that as well. Same with the previous 2 cards. Those are both going in Levia now too, but this goes in everything. It gives your next attack action card +1, go again, and an on-hit trigger that's beneficial to both heroes. Like, this card's incredible. It's so good. I'm dumb to not include this in my Levia deck. This card is incredible. It does so much for you. It gives, for Levia particularly, it gives you a go again and a possible banish off the top of your deck if you want it. But the fact that it just gives you a go again is really, really good. You play something that doesn't have go again, but you play this before it, and you're just like, it's free, man. It's free Tindies. I don't even say that, but I did just now. It's free Tindies. This card is so good in Levia, and it's really good in Chain 2 when you play this before like a Ghostly Visit, right? Because Ghostly Visit all of a sudden becomes 5, and it gains the go again without having to use a Soul Shackle, and you get the possible on-hit trigger of banishing something else. Really, really good. But all of that pales in comparison to the best card. Are you ready? The best talent card in the entire game, by far, it's not even close, is the card that I got to spoil. Thank you, LSS. I'm so hyped about talking about this. Carrion Husk is the best card in the entire game when it comes to talents. I mean, it may not be as good as like, well, heck, what's better than it? I guess Tunic could be better than it. I'm scratching my head here. This could be like the best card ever. This is so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This card's so good. It just, in Blitz, you get a free turn. That's what this does. It just gives you a free turn. It also has this fun mini game where if you go below 13 on your opponent's turn, you lose it. So it's like it adds an extra layer of strategy. It's so good. In Classic Constructed, you still play it because you get a free turn. I mean, period. You just get a free turn with this card. Why? Are you asking why? If you're asking why, because it blocks 6. And most things that your opponent want to do attack for like 6, you know, like 5, 6, that sort of thing, and you just jam that down, and Carrion Husk says, nah, I'm good. I'll take whatever you throw at me after, because 6 is usually like the high water mark of that turn. Nah, I'm good. I'll just take that, and then I'll block 6, and then I'll have my full hand of cards, and then you have to deal with it. So if your opponent's not playing Husk, because they're playing any other hero that's like not Shadow, then they just have to deal with it as well. They just have to like, okay, well, I tried my best, and now they're gonna throw another full hand of cards at me, and I have to deal with that. This is the best card. I'm so happy that I got to spoil this card. I'm very thankful. I'll put it that way. I'm very thankful to LSS for allowing me to spoil this card. It will never happen again. I promise you. The next card that I get to spoil will be like a perfect, like it's gonna be like a perfect meme card, which I think would be fun. I've gotten the opportunity to do so many fun things. Thank you, LSS, for allowing me to spoil this card. It's the best. I know because I put it #1 on my list. Also because it actually is the best. So that's my list. Top 7 talent cards. Let me know what you think about this list in a comment below. Did I get something wrong? Did I miss one of the talent cards? I looked through them before I made this video, after I made the original list, and I was like, man, I think these are the ones. So let me know if you disagree. Let me know if you agree. As always, everybody, thanks for watching.